What's up? What's up? All right. We are live. I'm just going to pull it up on Facebook. What's up, everyone? We are getting into some questions right now. I'm about to go live on Facebook. If you have any questions, just comment down below. We're talking cleaning, systems, anything, you name it. Nothing's off limits. So if you have any questions, let's get into it. We got a few people in the YouTube live. Are you guys running residential or more so commercial? All right. Hi, I'm starting a business at October Residential. Let me fix this. Sorry about that, guys. Still getting set up. You said I'm starting a new business at October Residential for beginning and later at commercial. I think that's a great play, starting off with residential and then transitioning over into commercial. Some people like to decide to stay with residential, but I think getting a good start in with residential is a good way to go because it's easier to break into residential rather than commercial. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm just getting some more people in the live. Just want to. All right. We're live, everybody. Anyone have any comments, questions about cleaning? Let's get into it. Typically it takes a little bit more momentum. Okay, I think we had some connection issues. We should be back. All right, we're live, everybody. If you have any questions, comments, let's hear it all. And Spike, where are you starting it? And it looks like you said you're starting in October. Why don't you just start it now? What's the delay for? Hi, Anna. We'll be a team of 3 doing carpet cleaning as well. What's the best way to advertise your business? Oh, you're in the UK. Well, I would first tell everyone you know about your business. That's like just to get some quick wins. I mean, no one knows you exist, right? So like tell everyone, maybe you have someone who owns a commercial property. Maybe you know some people who have Airbnbs. Everyone needs to know about your business. That's the first thing. So reach out to everyone. Then I would create a Google business profile. Everyone's searching on Google nowadays. No one is necessarily, no one is like, I mean, websites are still great, but like everyone goes through the Google business. I think around 70 to 80% of inquiries are now through Google business in the home service space. So like you have to have a Google business or you're missing out on so much potential revenue. And then, I mean, paid ads and guerrilla marketing techniques, just combine those two. For paid ads, I'd probably do Meta, local service ads, and then in person, I'd just get a crazy amount of yard signs, crazy amount of flyers, join BNI groups, do whatever you have to do to get your name out there and network with other people in similar industries. Oh, we got some people in the chat. Let's get some questions going, guys. For some reason, the questions aren't showing up right now. What's up, John? I see you. Hey, Donna, Adriana. What's up, Anna? I'm seeing the questions now. I hope that was helpful. What's up, Sammy? John, you're the man. Sam, how do you get as cool as me? Listen, little bro, all right? I don't have the answer for that one, dude. That's a tough one. Maybe you guys start going live with me. I think that's what it is. John, appreciate you. For some reason, I'm not seeing the comments on my phone. I'm only seeing it on my computer. But we got another person. What are some good irresistible offers to get commercial cleaning customers? Someone watched Alex Hermosi. I mean, to create an offer that's so good people feel dumb turning down in the cleaning industry is very difficult. Yeah, I see the winky face. Yeah, it's difficult. I mean, that was my thought process in the beginning. I think the better question with that is just more so like the volume play. It's hard to create like a crazy offer for cleaning except like giving a first cleaning free or something like that. If anyone has any good, interesting offers for commercial cleans, let me know. John, appreciate you, my boy. But yeah, I would say it's just volume at the end of the day. Like you're not going to have a crazy offer, super competitive rates. I mean, you're just going to have to do volume and put yourself out there. And like, now you should definitely be tracking if you're doing cold emails per se, like there's definitely some better subject lines that could increase your open rates, for example, which you should be testing that, of course. But as far as like one like offer for commercial cleaning customers, I don't really have anything. For residential though, like on the phone, I don't have a specific offer, but I have some kind of downsells that I work with after price anchors and stuff. How do you price the charge in a commercial property? See, every time I do this, I get so many commercial questions, even though I mostly do residential. I mean, commercial, if you're pricing out commercial, just like anything, like figure out your hourly rate, figure out how much you have to pay your cleaners per hour, figure out how much you're going to have in supply costs, figure out how long it's going to take you, and then figure out what profit margin you want to go for. Like if you want to go for 30, figure out your cost, right? And figure out what you want to make. If it's 30%, great. If it's 40%, great. If it's 50%, great. Just first figure out your cost and then go from there. Good evening, Andre. Good evening. It's so annoying I don't get comments in here. I get comments in the computer though. Oh, sorry guys. So Jessica asks, how do I get more clientele besides doing it myself? Besides doing it yourself, Jessica, could you elaborate on that? Like besides, I'm confused. If you want to advertise, you're most likely going to have to do it yourself. Do you mean like hiring someone to run ads for you? Um, Good morning, Andres. What do you think about FM companies? I'm not sure what that means. As a house cleaner with 3 helpers, when do you take a chance on send them on their own when you're not there in every home every day? I mean, you just gotta let them go immediately. If you've been cleaning with them for multiple houses and you trust them and they've done good work while you're there, there's no reason why they won't do good work when you're gone. It's not like you're going to leave and they're just going to decide to screw off. Sounds like you've been working with them for a good amount of time. So I would just realize that your time is more valuable and you should probably focus on sales and marketing and operations instead of actually cleaning with them. And yes, you might make less money in the short term, but in the long term, focusing on the growth of your business is more important. Facilities management companies. Shoot, I lost the question. It's not letting me scroll down. Let me see how I could do this. Okay, I got it. What's up, everyone? We got a lot of new people in here. Thank you for joining. So, what do you recommend for cleaning an oven if oven cleaner can't be used? Kathleen, that's not my expertise. I never actually cleaned a home myself, so I'm not professional on the supplies. I don't want to give you the wrong answer. It's the last thing I want to do. How do you charge for cleaning? That's a good question. Let's talk about pricing. So I charge based on beds, baths, square footage, um, type of cleaning, and frequency. Those are the main factors how I go about charging. Typically, it does work out to be around $60 per hour per cleaner with my pricing rules. But how it works is have that pre-built on my scheduling software, and then I just fill out beds, baths, type of cleaning, square footage, frequency, and it will generate me uh, a price for that, and then it's pretty simple. I like to factor in everything though, because if you're just doing beds and baths, like a 2-2, for example, or a 3-3 could be like 200 square feet or 3,000 square feet. And that's two drastically different cleans. So I factor in everything. How do you test? How do you do test cleans before hiring a cleaner? So I actually don't. I do test cleans after hiring a cleaner. So my hiring process is they fill out, or they usually apply to our Indeed application. We get their resume. They have a good resume. I send them a link to our scheduled drop hiring form. If they fill out the hiring form, and I send that to them directly, I fill out the hiring form. Everything looks good on that. I'll schedule an interview with them. If they pass the interview, then we'll typically do another smaller interview that's just going over expectations, what we expect out of them. And then from there, I'll send them the hiring documents. And appreciate you, John. But I'll send them the hiring documents, and then I'll schedule the test clean. Adri, John, I'll get back to your question. I'm sorry. Then I'll schedule the test cleaning, and if they pass the test cleaning, then they're hired. And the reason why I do it in that order is because I want them to understand our expectations. I want them to understand our non-solicitation policy. I want them to understand uh, that they're like, I really want them to think they're fully on the team, and they're almost fully on the team as long as they pass that hiring test. And actually, most of our cleaners pass the working interview. So that's typically how I do it. Let me go back to AJ John's questions. Let's see what you say. What do you think about facility management companies? I think they're great. That's the same as just a property management company. If you get into a big company, they it could be it's usually property management companies are working with larger buildings, right? So if you're able to partner with the company, then they'll probably have more than one job for you. So I think that's great. That's a great target. I don't personally work with a lot of FMs or PMs, um, but I think look, it's a great, and as long as they're pricing out, as long as they're accepting your prices and they're not kind of trying to short you on that, that's great. But a lot of them do hire in-house cleaners. Let me scroll back. We are having so many questions. I am working on it. Um, yeah, so in your software, does quoting and scheduling come with it? Yeah, so we have pre-built pricing in Schedule Drop. So if you were to sign up as a cleaning company, of course, you'll have our pricing form that's in there based on standard, moving, deep cleaning. All you have to do is fill out beds, baths, square footage, type of cleaning, frequency, and it will generate a price for you. And you could send a quote. If you wanted to use your own pricing, we could also do that as well for you. And that quote email, they could actually just click the link and book online right there. Now, let me go back. Sam Arnold, I'm not answering your question right now. Too many questions in here. Also, I was paying my cleaners 50% of the final quote while paying for LSA leads. I would like to pay hourly, but how do I do it so cleaners don't abuse the clock? That is a great question. So, in order to ensure that cleaners aren't abusing the clock, first you need to be tracking them, right? So you should have GPS tracking on your cleaners so you can see where they are when you click on the way, when they clock in, and when they clock out. If they're clocking out and they're 30 minutes away from the job site, then you understand, then you know that like they're milking time, right? Also, having a good idea of how long it's going to take um, is generally going to help you, because if you know a job's going to take 2 hours and therefore 4 hours, you're clearly milking the time. But I think you'd be surprised. Cleaners aren't usually milking it that long. It'd typically be like a 15 or 30 minutes extra. Maybe they're slowing down, but usually it's actually not that crazy. And I think you'll save, even for the cleaners who are milking the time, for the most part, you're going to save a lot more money just doing the hourly rate versus paying 50% of the job. It's usually 50% of the job comes down to like 24, $25 per hour, and at least with my pricing, and that can get very expensive. John, exactly. Indeed, application form, interview, smaller interview with expectations, hiring documents, schedule a test clean. If they pass, they're hired. That's exactly the flow. Yes, Amy, we do perform background checks. You could also pay by the job. Yeah, I mean, and typically it's fixed rate determined by the hourly amount. Let's go back to Sam's question. How do you deal with a cleaner who keeps showing up late but is an incredible cleaner? You can't accept that at the end of the day. Even if they're a great cleaner, if they're showing up late and causing issues with your clients, you need to just be stern with them. You need to have strict policy and let them know, like, one time's understandable, twice I can let slide, but this happens 3 or more times, like, we're gonna have to, stop giving you work. But one thing I would also recommend that would just make your life a lot easier is just having a hiring window, or I'm sorry, an arrival window, so your cleaners don't just have to show up at this exact time, especially when you have previous jobs beforehand. It's hard to perfectly time that. So having a 30-minute, even an hour arrival window, super, super helpful. Aloha from Ann Harbor. Welcome, Noni. Hi, Anna. Yes, schedule a demo with me. Happy to show you. But in the CRM, You could pay by a fixed rate, a percentage of the job, or an hourly rate, whatever you choose. And you could set that in the cleaner profile as well, so it's auto save. Yeah, I mean, a warranty is good. Having some kind of warranty that will, we 100% satisfactory guarantee. We'll go back in 24 hours if not satisfied. But that's not, you know, offer that's too good that people can't refuse. It's kind of standard in this industry. I mean, it's definitely helpful, but uh, it's not going to make or break you, in my opinion. I do offer that, but like I said, you asked for an offer that's too good that can't be refused, an irresistible offer. That's not one in my opinion. Let's get some more questions in the chat. Oh, Amy Chavez. For those of us just getting started and on limited budgets, what type of marketing should I start with? Google Ads, flyers, yard signs? No, I would just do flyers, yard signs, networking techniques, like maybe join a BNI group, and just do as many yard signs and flyers as possible. But really, networking is going to be your bread and butter. Also, utilizing Facebook groups and online forums will be huge for you. But yeah, I would, eventually want to be able to invest in paid ads for sure. Yeah, so our software, I'm not sure Florida prices. We just have generic prices that are hopefully decent for everyone, but like obviously one pricing rule can't be good for every cleaning company across the entire country. So during onboarding carry, what we typically do for most people who are a little more established is they just give us their pricing that they've created from their market analysis and from their competitors, whatever, however you created it, we just import that into your scheduled up account. And you could actually compare your pricing with our pricing, so you'll get both. How do you charge for residential cleaning? That's fair. Nice and neat. So I just charge by beds. First, sorry, I charge by type of cleaning, beds, bathrooms, square footage, and also the frequency. And sometimes we also factor in condition as well as if they have a pet. And also if there's like an outdoor patio or if there's a garage that needs to be cleaned. And then of course any extras. So factor in everything, and usually it's around $50 to $70 per hour for cleaning. BNI is pricey. So yeah, BNI is a little pricey. That's true. Maybe not the best choice. How much is BNI? Did they raise their prices recently? Does anyone know? One time or monthly? Oh, 800 for the year? That's not bad. If it's 800 for the year, that's actually not bad at all. It's a great investment. All right. If anyone wants to call in, we're going to do that as well on this call. So number is 561-473-4102. Say one more time, 561-473-4102. And we can just talk, answer any questions about cleaning. The number is in the description below too. How would you recommend taking advantage of Facebook groups? They seem oversaturated. They totally are oversaturated. I agree with that. Everything's saturated, so you have to separate yourself. Google Business is saturated. The internet is saturated, right? So you just have to be yourself, be authentic. Don't be soliciting in there 24/7. Find a few groups that you actually enjoy interacting with. Find like mom groups or community forums, and like just post not only about like cleaning and stuff, but about your life, about your business, about what you're eating for dinner, whatever it is. Think crazy things that happen in the neighborhood, and like build like a authority in that group, but just being someone people like. And then eventually you could post like a picture, maybe you and your cleaning team, and mention your cleaning service, but you don't want to be soliciting just that. And over time, people will start referring you, and people will like you. Um, and that's really how it works. It takes a while. It doesn't happen overnight. Amber is a genius at this. She kills it in her Facebook group. And she told me it took her like a year to really do it. I've never done it because I haven't really ever been that consistent with it. But if you're going to do it, it's going to take a little while to build that reputation. And eventually, you have so many people who like you, know you personally, they'll just promote your business for you. And when you have other people promoting your business, that's when people buy because they trust you. Some people do withhold information. So doing a walkthrough is a good idea. If you ask the right questions on the phone, I could always call out the people who are, oh, it's 1,200 minimum, $100 a month. It's not horrible in my opinion, but it's probably not for everyone. Anyways, I still probably think that's worth it. Um, but to answer your question, you just have to look for red flags. Like some red flags are like I have 3 dogs who all shed, or can't remember the last time I cleaned my home, or I've never had it professionally cleaned. Those are just some red flags to look out for. And if I hear any of those, or um, trying to think of other red flags, or they even sound like they're on some kind of substance, whatever it is. I'll typically just ask them for photos to lock in that price. But most people are honest for the most part. If you just ask them on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being brand new, best condition possible, 10 being worst condition, unlivable, like, I don't know, a hoarder's home, where would you rate it? And they'll laugh a little bit and they'll say, oh, it's not that bad, maybe like a 5. I mean, nothing's wrong with charging hourly, in my opinion. I do prefer flat rates, but if you could do hourly with a high hourly rate, nothing's wrong with that. If you're able to close them, if it's a low hourly rate, then yeah, I would switch to a flat rate for sure. Exactly what John said. I mean, John embodies this. Like, be a lighthouse of value. Just like provide as much value to people as you possibly can, and just eventually, even if you do expect something in return, just do it without expecting anything in return, and eventually people will be asking you how they could help you. I have been using Simply Wise as a quoting software and invoicing, but any quotes I have sent, even to me, has been outrageous and not received any callback from it. Now, do I do it on my own? Then I receive. Now, if I do it on my own, then I receive a job. Yeah, I mean, some pricing is some pricing is just too high. I mean, if you haven't reviewed their pricing, like if they just gave you generic pricing, it's not it's not just like it. If a software, even our software, for example, has just generic pricing built into it, it's impossible for it to be perfect for every single market. So you have to review the quote, see if it makes sense. Don't just quote it blindly. If it doesn't make sense, adjust it yourself, right? So that's what I would recommend doing, just quoting it yourself or just using that with a grain of salt. I've never heard of that platform. Let's get some more questions in the chat, guys. Let's get some more questions. I'm not trying to look at my phone. For some reason, comments are only on my computer. Anyone know why? Let me ask you guys this, because I think most people watching this are struggling with this. What's stopping you from like taking yourself out of the business and just focus on sales and marketing and scaling and hiring cleaners? I feel like a lot of people in this group are just stuck like as an owner operator, and they want to escape but don't know how. Just curious, like, why are most people stuck in that? Jacob said, do you recommend this for do you recommend schedule drop for a startup company? Is that what you're asking? And that depends if you're cleaning yourself or not. Jacob, just give me a little more information on that. Sky said, how to run background checks and potential hires. I just use Checker. There are definitely cheaper ones out there though. So do your own research on that. Jacob, did you mean, do you recommend, I'm not sure exactly what you, okay. Yeah. So Jacob asked, do you recommend Schedule Job for starting a cleaning company? If you are just starting and your plan is to clean yourself and go into these houses yourself, then no, you probably don't need a scheduling software. Like if your plan is to just, I'm going to clean X amount of houses per week, and I just want to do 2 houses per day, Monday through Thursday, and live off of that. This isn't for you. If you are trying to start and scale a big cleaning company and hire 10, 20, 30 cleaners one day, then yes, you should have a scheduling software. You should have systems in place. You should have a foundation. And that's just the reality of it. Is a lot of people try to start a business with no foundation. They run their business on Google Calendar. They have no business line. They have no insurance. Don't even set up an LLC, and they expect to scale. Like, have a foundation, a scalable foundation, scalable systems, and then you could focus on two things that matter, which are hiring and sales and marketing. I had contractors and got stuck cleaning when I moved from Fort Lauderdale to Fort Myers, but I'm ready to hire again and move to owner, not operator. Hiring is my biggest hurdle. I hired anyone and everyone, and it was a mess. Now rebuilding to get out of cleaning ASAP. Your hiring's difficult, guys. It's not easy to find good talent. It's a volume game. You're gonna have to cycle through cleaners. You're never gonna stop hiring. You're never gonna stop client acquisition. It's part of business, but it's a necessary sacrifice you have to make if you want to have a successful cleaning business one day. But yeah, it's not easy making that transition. Kara mentioned partly scared of losing my clients I've worked so hard for. That's potential. I mean, I'm sure if you have, let's just say you're doing 2 houses per day, 5 days a week, you have 10 clients per week, 40 clients a month, let's just say if your schedule's full, it's very possible you outsource all of those and you drop down to 30, right? But with that time, how many more clients are you able to acquire? So you just have to take that bet on yourself. I honestly, nice and neat said, I honestly want to get more clients, but I'm a little worried about everything, especially hiring people. I know myself and how I work, and I worry about hiring people who won't do a good job. Part of business, guys. I always say that, but you're going to hire people who just don't do a good job. I know it sucks, but there are going to be people who suck. There are going to be people who coach your clients. There are going to be people who no show on you last minute. Um, but there's also going to be people who do a great job, who show up on time, and you have to find those people. You have to go through the bad cleaners. Obviously, we try to minimize that as much as possible in order to find the good, trustworthy ones. Jacob, I appreciate you. Give me a follow on Facebook. I make YouTube videos too sometimes. Anyone wants to watch some cleaning content free time, I do YouTube videos as well. Um, if you have recurring clients, do they get frustrated when you send different cleaners each time? That's a great question. No, they don't get frustrated because I send the same cleaner every single time. That's part of our selling point. We don't cycle through different cleaners. No one wants a new cleaner in their home every single time. So if they sign up for a biweekly clean, or if we do a one-time cleaning and they decide to stick with us for biweekly cleans after, we send the same cleaner we did for that initial cleaning every other week. Obviously, sometimes there are situations where um, they don't show up, but or I'm sorry, there are situations where that cleaner will get sick, and I'll call the client and say, "Hey, just wanted to let you know, Paula unfortunately can't make it today. We could either send you a new cleaner, or we could wait till X date where Paula's available." It's probably the best way to go about it. Sometimes they'll wait, sometimes they'll say, "No worries, send whoever you have." Can you share your app and the apps you spoke about for quoting? All you guys need, if you plan on actually scaling the cleaning company, is Schedule Drop. It will allow you to quote jobs, price jobs, schedule jobs, assign those to your cleaners, automate notifications, and much more. I am one of the founders, so I'm biased, but I use this for my own cleaning company, and it's fantastic. I mean, tons of people in this group who also use it and love it. So I highly recommend checking it out. We could do a demo, and I will show you exactly how it works. I'll also, um, and we also set everything up for you, so you don't need to be technical or anything like that. My YouTube is just Max Arnold. You might want to search Max Arnold cleaning for it to come up. There is a hiring funnel and schedule job. Yeah. Thank you, John. John, yeah, please give me a subscriber. We're at like 600 something now. I just started really growing and posting consistently recently, but hopefully we can get to 1,000 within the next few months. That's the goal. Every week, though, I'm gonna be on here every Thursday, 6 p.m. Cleaning industry is changing constantly, so I think it's good to have these calls consistently. Yes, sir, John. Let's get some more questions, guys. Let's hear some wins. Anyone close some good deals this weekend? My buddy just closed Tiger Woods golf course apparently, so they're going to be doing that. It's pretty cool. I also think anyone who's in commercial should be hammering cold emails. Just everyone in the area, absolutely hammering them. Use Instantly AI. Keep it short and simple. Don't No one wants to read a whole essay about your cleaning company. Offer your service. Be direct. Be to the point. And I think you can get good returns from that. Pretty easy nowadays to set up, so you don't even need a cold email agency. But I would look into that if you are trying to get more commercial clients. For residential, we talk about that constantly. You guys, every single person in this group, if you don't have a Google Business profile, get one, and you guys need to be getting more reviews. Like, there's no excuse why you're not getting 2 to 3 reviews per day. It's the most important thing you could possibly do for your Google business, for your business in general. 2 to 3 reviews per day, if not more. Let's go, John. John's setting up a AI tool. It's really cool. He showed me the other day where you have like different employees, and they theoretically will sit on top of like Schedule Drop or on top of whatever CRM you're doing, and they will just like operate your business. John, excited for that to be released. Carrie, I have 2 commercial accounts and about 60 recurring residential clients. Would your software be for me to look into? Yeah, absolutely. Are you cleaning those clients yourself, Carrie? Honestly, at that volume, regardless of if you're cleaning yourself or if you have cleaners, definitely would look into it. It's gonna just organize your business. Your customers will have a more consistent experience. Um, and again, it's regardless of if you're cleaning yourself or if you have cleaners. But if your plan is to have cleaners in 100%, because you need a software where you could track them, you need a software where they could submit before and after photos, see all the important job details. So I would definitely just set up a call with me. You could go to scheduledrop.com, book a demo, and it will be me. We could walk through it together. Free access. Let's go. Yeah, I'd love to be your beta dummy. I'm really good at QA, as you can imagine. So I will find a lot of bugs for you. Carrie, that's impressive though that you've been able to get 60 recurring clients and 2 commercial accounts with like, I'm not saying you have no systems with no scheduling software or anything like that. That is very impressive. So I'm excited to see what we could do. Next week, too, guys, we're gonna have my Mike back on. He's doing. Last time we had him on, I think he was doing like 100, 110, $110,000 a month in revenue. He's like a meta ads guy, but we're gonna have him back on, I think, next week. And Carrie, yeah, that seems very exhausting. I don't blame you. I think we could have a good chat about systems and also hopefully getting yourself out of the day-to-day operations. No one's in our YouTube live. That's unfortunate. Okay. I think I'm going to end that stream then.